What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Plymouth Jones here, and time for another episode of The Woos and the Whats. That's right. Guys, it is time for Woos and Whats, and this time we are recapping last night's the season premiere of Raw. You know why I say season? Because it never ends. I've been watching Raw my whole life, and I've never seen it. It's been a long season. Anyway, first of all, since it is a brand new season, they did kind of switch it up. I will start off with it. First of all, they brought back Pyro. Woo! Man, oh man, I am so excited. I've been waiting for Pyro since I got back into wrestling. I can't even believe they ever took it out. Those cheap bastards. But since AEW is now doing it, I'm excited. So they brought Pyro back for the entrances for everybody. Now everybody's going to look way cooler because now explosions happen. People are simple. Explosions and lights makes us go, woo! And you just got to woo. So there you go. Very excited about that. And they changed the whole setup. Like the ramp looks way different. And now it's like a half pipe. Like the whole screen's like a half pipe. Okay, I know I was making fun of the fact that they said brand new season, but damn it, they definitely made it new, and I love it. Love the new set. Really excited for SmackDown, which is not tonight. What? It's going to be Friday. This is going to be the craziest week in wrestling in ages. AEW starts this weekend, which means the Wednesday night war starts. NXT versus AEW. Friday night SmackDown is now a thing now, and guess who's going to be back on SmackDown? Guess who's the reason that SmackDown even exists? Finally, The Rock is coming back to SmackDown. So excited if you can't tell. I'm so excited. So just the brand new set, all of this whole brand new season. I guess that just gets one big old woo or whatever side it's on. All right. Then we were promised a Universal Championship match between Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins. Rey Mysterio comes out there and he's in his like regular clothes for some reason, and he starts cutting a promo. Then all of a sudden, guess who comes out? Is it Seth Rollins? No, it's Brock Lesnar. Woo! With all his pyro. Why did they ever get rid of it? They're making so much money, and they got rid of it to save money, but now they're making so much more money than they've ever made before and ever. I'm so glad they brought it back. So Brock Lesnar comes out there. Why is he there? Who cares? He comes out there, and he starts beating the holy crap out of Rey Mysterio. F5. Bam. Suplex. Bam. Then he looks out into the audience. And who's in the audience? Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic. You remember Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic? Uncle Eddie? Oh, man. So Dominic's out there. Brock Lesnar looks into the audience. He goes out there, and he grabs Dominic and throws him over the barricade and starts beating the crap. I couldn't believe it. He's taking bumps like I've never seen. Brock Lesnar's throwing I thought he almost killed Rey Mysterio's kid. I swear I did. On at least 2 occasions. So he's throwing Dominic everywhere. He's F5ing him. He's F5ing Rey Mysterio. He's a monster. Paul Heyman's like, Brock, you're going too far. Brock's like, I'm a monster. And so it was crazy. Woo! For all that. That was awesome. The Brock attack. And Dominic's taken back into a stretcher. He has like a neck brace and everything. And then Rey Mysterio is in the ambulance. And like they close the ambulance door, and you see Rey Mysterio like, I'm sorry. And he takes off his mask. And although I'm supposed to be really worried about Dominic at that time, like they had like kind of like that stained glass where you can't see through, and I was trying to like just see Rey Mysterio's face. I was like not worried about Dominic at all. I was like, what does his face look like? I know I can Google it, but they never showed it on WWE TV. Anyway, next up, Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. It's kind of makes what? Okay. Okay. What? This was an okay match. Wasn't a big fan. It was okay. I heard they had real backstage heat. I heard like they got into it backstage. But it was okay. It was okay. It doesn't get a woo. But it was okay. But Becky comes out. Woo! Why does that get a woo? Because she had fire extinguisher smoke. coming out for her entrance, which just means, look, everybody just looks cooler with cool stuff coming out. Come on. You guys were dropping it for so long. What do you use your common sense, guys. Now that, whatever. So Becky comes out, cuts a promo. Sasha runs away. That's cool. Then there's a Seth Rollins interview, which is kind of meh. I won't even give that nothing. Was not worth it. Then we get Heavy Machinery versus Rudolph. This is Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. I just like calling him Rudolph. Now that's the one that's caught on for me. It was a pretty good match. Rudolph, they're the tag team champions right now. Heavy Machinery are really entertaining. I thought I'm like, man, they're about to give Heavy Machinery the win, and they'll win the belts, which I would love because I like Heavy Machinery. But if they win, then I would completely diminish the fact that you threw these random two people together and just made them tag champions. So if Heavy Machinery were to take the belts off them, then it would almost be like, what was the point of putting them together in the first place? So I could not be upset when Rudolph won the match. Give it a woo! Just because it made sense. All right? Although I was going for the baby faces, which I'm supposed to do, and the heels won and I was upset. That's how I'm supposed to feel, and I liked how that worked out. What happened? Okay. Felt like King Kong just ran by and almost stepped on us. Okay. So next up. Yeah, no, I read that wrong. Okay. Miz TV. Now, Miz TV, I wasn't sure how this was going to go, because Miz TV was going to feature Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, okay? Hogan, last week when he was shown on screen, got booed, because people know who he is in real life, and he's constantly, on several occasions, had to apologize for being racist, all right? And people don't like that. Not in 2019. So did they boo him? I couldn't tell if WWE knew this was coming and they just overlaid cheers over it because it just sounded like a bunch of noise. So Hogan and Flair comes out and they start kind of going back and forth. And for half a second, because they start talking about Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, we all know that at the Saudi Arabia pay-per-views, that's when the old guys come back and wrestle. And for a second, I thought, is Ric Flair about to be in a match against Hulk Hogan? These two old, frail men fighting in a ring. Will they be medically cleared? No. Guess there's going to be Team Hogan and Team Flair. Woo! Now, we won't. That was a woof. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. Okay. And then it was weird because it seemed like they made that up on the spot, the Team Flair, Team Hogan. Because then Seth Rollins came out there and was just automatically on Team Hogan without any words happening. And then Randy Orton came out there and was automatically on Team Flair, which means Team Flair's team heel and Team Hogan's team face. And then Rusev, who we last saw as possibly being Maria's baby daddy, came back and was on Seth's team, so he's on Team Hogan. And then King Corbin came out and was on Team Flair. So what's going on here? I don't know really how I feel about this. It was all a lot. It's a lot going on. The Rusev thing really confused me, but we'll get to that later. Man, oh man. Jeez Louise. Next up, we have a promo for the AOP. AOP come out, do a little promo. That's kind of cool. Then we get Viking Raiders versus OOC. We'll give that a what? I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't care. I just couldn't care about this match. I tried. It was not a bad match, but it wasn't a great match either. It was just kind of there. I do appreciate that the tag team division is still, they're still putting some effort in the tag team. I will give them that. But this doesn't give a woo. I just don't understand, like, what was the point of building the Viking Raiders to destroy everybody, a bunch of jobbers, and then when they fight a real wrestler, they struggle? Like, I mean, then you're just telling me that you could have taken the OC against those same run of jobbers, and they would have done the same amount of damage. Don't like it. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. Next up, what I was a fan of, Cesaro versus Ricochet. Woo! That was awesome. It was like 5 minutes, but it was awesome. Cesaro loses all the time. When you see Cesaro, you just know Cesaro's gonna give you a great match, and he'll lose. He does it all the time. All the time. So it was really good. Apparently, Cesaro was talking about how he wishes that he could have been the one to beat up Rey Mysterio's son, and Ricochet was like, "You're a jerk," and Cesaro was like, "Yeah, I want to fight," and Ricochet was like, "Yeah, I'll fight," and then they fought, and it was a great match, a great 5-minute match. Ricochet won. Good job. Woo! Next up, Cedric Alexander versus AJ Styles. We'll go ahead and get this. This is just going to get two things. Because it was such an awesome match, it gets, woo! It was an awesome match. Because AJ Styles and Cedric Alexander are both awesome. They both went back and forth. I was a huge fan of this. But Cedric lost again. And it's like, what? What are we doing? We get it. We get it. AJ Styles can beat Cedric Alexander. We get it. He's beaten him like 7 times in the past 3 months. Why? And Cedric never gets one back. He just keeps losing. He keeps almost winning, but he keeps losing. Clean. No shenanigans. Beaten clean. Is this over? I hope so. Let's do something else with Cedric, or let's figure something out. I don't know. I don't know. Next up, Street Profits came, did some talking. Like the Street Profits are talking about the NXT match. I'm finally gonna get to watch them get to watch them in a match. Can't wait for that. So just for that, I'll give that a woo. I know that's for something coming up on NXT, but they announced it here on Raw, so that gets the woo, and it'll probably get a woo on NXT if it's good. Okay. Next up, Lacey Evans versus Natalya. I think this was the blow-off match. I think this is the last match between this, and because of that, and because it was their best match, give it a woo! I was not a big fan of this feud. I was ready for it to be over. It looked like this was over. There's a lot more hard-hitting action in this one. A lot more hard-hitting action. Lacey has to change her finisher because it's just a punch. It's just a punch. She calls it the women's right, but it's just a punch. So, like, there's a few times in the match where Natalya was hitting Lacey with what looked to me to be the women's right because she was punching her. So Lacey has to change her finisher. It's stupid. Then we get to see Paul Heyman talk to Brock Lesnar. That was pretty cool. And here things start to get weird. Okay, so Maria, who is talking about who my baby daddy, what's going on, I don't know. Rusev ain't my baby daddy. Okay, cool. But Rusev has other things to worry about. What's she talking about? I don't know. We can't find because Sasha Banks comes and interrupts her, then cuts a random promo on Becky. That was cool. It was not the best performance, but it was cool. Just for the effort, I give that a slight woo. But now here we get weirder. Now, Seth versus Rusev for some unknown reason. Now, what I will say, when you see Seth versus Rusev for the Universal title match, knowing that on Sunday Seth Rollins has a Universal title match against The Fiend, you know that Rusev's not going to win this match. It doesn't make sense. So as soon as Rusev got booked, at some point Rusev got booked to fight against Seth Rollins tonight for the Universal title because the Rey Mysterio match got called off. So I'm thinking, Rusev's going to be the one to be attacked by The Fiend. That's how this is going to end. It's going to be a rap match, but it's going to be a decent match between Seth Rollins and The Fiend, or Seth Rollins and Rusev, and then The Fiend's going to interrupt and attack. That's how I think this is going to end. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. So before break, right before break, like they all come out there, those two come out there, and for some reason, King Corbin and Randy Orton come out there to watch the match. Who cares? Cut to commercial. When it cuts to commercial, there's a quick blip on the screen of the Fiend. It's kind of cool. I had to like rewind to make sure that like I wasn't tripping. I wasn't. Give that a woo because it worked. So we come back and the match is going on. All right, we see a limousine pull up, which usually means somebody's about to show up. And I'm like, well, it can't be the Fiend because why would the Fiend ride in a limousine? That's stupid. So the match is going on. Rusev and Seth. Now, earlier in the night, Rusev was in the interview where they asked, hey, where's Lana, Rusev's wife? Because when Rusev returned for like Maria's baby daddy story, Lana was nowhere to be seen. Okay? So now, and Rusev gave no answer. He just kind of looked sad, didn't really tell us where Lana was. So in the match where Rusev is fighting Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley returns out of nowhere. Bobby Lashley returns, and I'm really confused now. I'm thinking, this is what? What's happening? So Bobby Lashley shows up. He's just standing at the top, doesn't come down. Rusev's looking. He's looking upset. Then Bobby Lashley points, and all of a sudden, Lana comes out. Now, Lana is Rusev's wife, okay? Like his real wife. Like in real life, they're married. So Lana comes out and stands next to Bobby Lashley, and then she hugs him like, oh, yeah, now I'm with Bobby. And Rusev's like, what? You're with Bobby now? And I'm like, what is happening right here? What's happening right now? What is happening right now? And it gets worse. Then Lana turns to Bobby, and Bobby turns to Lana, and they start hugging. Then they start kind of like kissing on the lips. Then they start tonguing each other down. And Rusev is just staring at his real-life wife, sticking her tongue down the throat of this big, black, beefed-up man. And I'm just like, what am I watching? Somehow, on Raw, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but somehow on Raw, there's almost like two kind of like cuckold storylines happening with Maria, Baby Daddy, and Mike Kanellis in this Rusev thing. It's what's happening here. What is happening? Now that I'm thoroughly confused, I'm barely watching it because it's hard to watch a man watch his wife kiss another man. So I'm barely watching it. Then the lights go off. Then the Fiend comes and attacks Seth Rollins. And I'm like, I guess that was scary, but I'm so traumatized. And by the way, and while Bobby Lashley and Lana were making out in front of her husband, King Corbin and Randy Orton are like in high school going like, oh, dude, that's your girl. And I'm like, what is happening? What? That's how we end this episode? You remember how excited I was at the beginning? What? Okay. That was the season premiere. That's what I thought of Raw, guys. Doesn't matter what I think. What did you guys think of this episode of Raw? Were you weirded out by it, or did you like it? All right? Don't comment if you like it. Go ahead and go to that other site if you liked it. All right, guys, comment down below about what you guys thought of Raw. Make sure you like our channel. Make sure you subscribe. All right, until next time, this has been the Woos and Whats. I will see you guys on Thursday for the Wednesday recap of NXT. I am out of here.